Pangai Nun actually is an obscure system of Chinese Kung Fu. It wasn't taught to too many people. It originated in Fujian province in southern China, and Pangai Nun means half hard and half soft. It was developed by a Chinese by the name of Cao Tzu Ho, who was considered quite an eclectic at his time. He reportedly was involved with the Chinese underworld and was kind of a mystic figure around his village there in Fujian. He often wore Taoist robes, the long flowing robes, and was, like I say, quite an intriguing individual. Pangai Nun is actually a mix of three different animal systems: the tiger, the dragon, and the crane. An Okinawan by the name of Kambun Uechi left Okinawa, like many young Okinawans, around 1897 to seek out the Shaolin boxing methods. He never quite made it to the Shaolin temples. However, he did end up training with Master Cao Tzu Ho in the art of Pangai Nun. He studied with Master Cao for 10 years and became very proficient in the art. Pangai Nun has three forms, or what we call katas, the prearranged fighting motions, being San-chin, Sei-san, and San-sei-ru. Besides the katas, they would practice conditioning exercises. Master Cao, although he had a knowledge of a variety of martial arts, was really his specialty was the tiger system, which was very physical, very strength-oriented. And thus San-chin, the main kata behind Pangai Nun and subsequently Uechi-ryū, is a dynamic tension form that develops strength and endurance and mind-body unity. After 10 years of training with Master Cao, Uechi began teaching Kung Fu while in China, which was actually a first. He was reportedly one of the first foreigners to teach Chinese Kung Fu to the Chinese. Although he had a problem years later with one of his students killing a man in a land dispute, so he had to leave quickly and return to Okinawa. He vowed at that point never to teach martial arts again. However, later on, when things settled down after he moved back to Okinawa, his family and friends convinced him to teach the art again. Master Uechi taught there in Okinawa until 1948 at the time of his death. After Kambun Uechi's death in 1948, his students decided to honor Kambun Uechi by naming the style Uechi-ryū, or style of Uechi. So at that time, the name of the style changed from Pangai Nun Karate Jutsu to Uechi-ryū Karate Jutsu. The system was also passed down to Kanbun's eldest son, Kane Uechi. Kane Uechi expanded the Uechi-ryū system, or evolved it into its current form, with the addition of 5 katas and a variety of prearranged sparring drills. Under the guidance of Master Kane Uechi, the art of Uechi-ryū was spread throughout the world. In 1991, Kane Uechi died, and unfortunately the system has broken up into various segments. Today the art is known as Uechi-ryū Karate Do, Konan-ryu, and Pangai Nun. I started my Uechi-ryū training in Kalamazoo, Michigan, initially under Sensei William Keith and later under Sensei James Thompson, who was actually a personal student of Kane Uechi during the Vietnam era. Sensei Thompson was in the Special Forces and spent his off times on Okinawa training with Master Uechi. And he actually credits his survival in the Vietnam War with his Uechi-ryū training. I've been doing Uechi-ryū now for about 20 years, and at this point I'm one of the youngest 5th degree black belts in the world of the Okinawan Karate-do Association. In tape 1, we're looking at the katas of the system, and not only at the actual physical movements of the katas, but understanding how to apply the katas. In the classical format, this understanding or this application is referred to as bunkai. However, the classical bunkai is taught in a strict Zen fashion, with much repetition and little explanation. They tend to show you the most apparent technique instead of really the underlying concept, which gives you the freedom or the ability really to tap into an unlimited variety of techniques. And this is what we're after in this tape, is to point the student or the practitioner in a direction to where they can personalize the system and bring out the obscure or hidden motions within the kata, actually reading in between the lines, so to speak. The first kata of Uechi-ryū, called Sanchin, is the foundation of the entire system. Sanchin, which translates as 3 battles or conflicts, refers to the unification of the mind, body, and spirit during combat or any other activity. Sanchin is recognized primarily as an external qigong or intrinsic energy exercise. It is considered external because of its apparent use of muscular focus in the lower abdominal area or tantien, as well as its total physical structure. However, when Sanchin is practiced correctly, the karateka remains relaxed with extreme focus occurring only at the extension of striking, blocking, and the utilization of body armor or taking of a blow. Thus the Sanchin kata becomes a balance of hard and soft and is both internal and external. The Sanchin kata is performed open-handed as opposed to clenching the fists, as some other karate systems do. This open position, as well as the total physical structure of Sanchin, facilitates the development and utilization of the tendons as opposed to the predominant use of muscular focus. Each position in the Sanchin structure pulls and stretches the muscles and tendons into a naturally focused state, thus allowing the chi, mind, and blood to flow freely throughout the body. This is not to say that there is no muscular contraction involved in Sanchin. On the contrary, it is the dynamic interplay of expansion and contraction that makes Sanchin a holistic exercise that develops intrinsic energy, muscular and skeletal strength, and last but not least, psychological combative attitude. Throughout the entire kata, there are varying degrees of focus during the transitions of stepping, blocking, and striking. These variations of focus teach the practitioner to isolate the focus to one body part or group while relaxing in another body area. This ability to control the body is very important in combat, especially at very close range, where trapping and grappling are likely to occur. While practicing Sanchin with the trainer, the karateka must be sensitive to every touch and hit of the trainer, actually sensing the blow and tensing the muscles exactly at the point of impact, while maintaining the concentration and balance needed to continue the motions. Sanchin unifies the mind, body, and spirit while under a barrage of distractions from the trainer.
Mawate. Ich. Rayote. Ich. Ich. Ich.
Seisan, the first combative kata of Pangai Nун, shows the definite blend of the tiger, dragon, and crane. Starting out with the simple movements of Sanchin kata and going into the circular motions of the hands, the primary emphasis is to control and manipulate the opponent, while retaliating with sparing attacks using a variety of hand, elbow, foot, and knee techniques that stress impact with a small point, thus making the blow piercing and penetrating with devastating results. Sansei-ryu, the second combative kata of Pangai Nun, is a multi-dimensional form that shows the merging of offense and defense by the constant use of aggressive footwork and postures. Sansei-ryu moves in all 8 directions, with an emphasis on attacking with the step, penetrating deep into the opponent's structure while unbalancing and fiercely attacking the imaginary foe. Sansei-ryu is the form that sheds light on the true combativeness of the system. In the art of Uechi-ryū Karate, every motion must be applicable. That means every obscure motion from the kata, or just a natural posture in daily life. Standing with your hands at your hips or in front of you, you must be able to react combatively out of any motion and succeed. So we take this concept into the katas, and we approach the obscure techniques such as bowing and opening the stances. So we'll show you a bit of that. Against a hook, it's the simple headbutt from the bowing motion. And from the rear, as he grabs around, bowing forward to gain the distance, and popping the head back in order to do the headbutt again. Opening the stance. Opening and closing the stance. Louis will do a roundhouse kick to the leg. I insert by moving in, follow up with the technique. One more time, round kick. Cut it off, follow up with the technique. Okay, closing the motion, closing the feet after having a shoulder width stance. Louis will do a kick straight up into the groin, which I catch, twist to the side, and follow up. And one more time with the stance open, catching the kick, twisting to the side, and follow up. Continuing with what might be considered obscure motions, now we're going to approach the idea of using the transition from one posture to the next in the kata, or actually using the steps. Okay, so this time Don is going to attack with the right step. All we do is turn around with an open guard, sweep down, and follow up with the knee to the kidney. Let's try it one more time. As you notice, I'm waiting for the technique to come down the pipe in the middle, turning, sweeping, and kneeing. This time down, we'll throw an overhand left, and when he does so, I'll intercept with the strike, wrap around the elbow, and turn. Force the hit, roll over, and follow up. And one more time. Left overhand, hit, wrap around, turn, strike, follow up, hit. As we dissect the kata further, we go into the stepping motions, using them offensively and defensively, going into the forward step and also the reverse. In particular, the motion from Seisan kata. Louis throws a right punch. We parry and cut in close. We sweep and follow up. And one more time. Deflecting and cutting in, sweep and follow up. The next motion we're going to do in the passive motion. Lou will throw a kick to the inside of the knee on the right, evade and knee, and kick to the groin. And one more time, evading backwards with the knee, and kicking to the groin. As we explore the kata further, we utilize what we think of as chambered positions. Pulling back the hand for a punch or an elbow, or pulling back the kick. Things normally thought of as a chamber actually have combative application. The first one, Dan is going to throw an overhand technique with the right, go to the chamber position, follow the line back down to the throat, elbow, hit, and knee follow-up. One more time, reacting with the so-called chambered position, hitting, elbow, hit, and knee follow-up. Okay, the next chambered position we're going to do is pulling back the elbow on the side of the body. Normally thought of as a preparation for the attack. However, this time when Dan kicks, it actually becomes a block. Hit, follow up, sweep, and follow up again. And let's try it one more time. He kicks, elbow, elbow, sweep, and follow up again. Okay, the third chambered position is going to be the chamber for the kick. Okay, in this fashion, Don will punch with the right hand. We circle, we guide it in, and we sweep and follow up again. Again, utilizing what's normally thought of as a chambered position. He attacks, put the chamber behind him, sweep, and follow up. To truly find the hidden motions within the kata, sometimes we have to completely turn things around. In other words,
things normally thought of as defense or just blocking techniques, using them offensively. Again, each motion should have defensive and offensive capability as well. First of all, the simple circle block. Louis punches with the right. I parry circle and I jab at the same time. And again, parry and go in with the I jab. Next one, same thing. Striking with the edge of the hand behind the ear along the neck. Very slowly parrying, circle, and hitting in one motion. Okay, and on the inside against the left. Raking across with the fingers. One more time. Normally thought of as defensive, circling across with the fingers. Another one on the inside, wrist block or wrist strike. Okay, another a right punch, circle across the center line, snapping back in with the wrist. And again. Just as we reversed the method and struck with the block, we do the same thing with blocking with the strike. Okay? The first one I'd like to demonstrate, Louis will punch in with the right hand. And in the elbow down position, we shoot in with the tiger claw. Now what's important is that the elbow stays down in order to deflect the motion and strike simultaneously. The opposite version is to do it on the inside from the left, come up underneath and hit on the inside, thus deflecting the motion upward. And one more time. This again depends on timing. I have to move in with my stance to intercept in order to get the right timing to get it go up. If I hold my ground and do it, Louis can just go straight through and turns his into the same thing that I'm trying to do. Okay, we go with the next one. This time Louis will throw a straight on the left. We're using the back fist from the outside. Okay, we're spinning in with the back fist. The palm is facing as it hits, and then we spin the elbow inward and spin right into the technique. And one more time, guarding with the other hand. Then we do it on the inside line. Louis throws a right. I circle this way, follow the line down and in, all in one motion. And again, following it in, following it in. Okay, the next one we'll do is against the right punch again. Normally thought of as a strike. This also is a parry at the same time, moving in. Parrying and striking. Spearing in. Both motions heading towards each other like a freight train. The last combative concept we'll pull from the katas is what we refer to as limb attacks, or what some systems might call destructions. Many parts of the kata have these crossing motions, where one arm or one leg intersects the other. Anytime we see that in the set, we refer to that as a possible destruction or hit, whether it's to the limb or whether it's to a more primary target. A good example being a punch coming in, parrying from the inside and hammer fist on the outside. The opposite method, parrying on the outside and hammer fist on the inside. We can also take the target up a bit further on the hand or the wrist as Louis punches, hitting the hand itself, and vice versa on the other side, hitting the hand itself. We can also just basically block across and smash down, or against a hook punch coming on the inside, spear in with the elbow.
Jiu kata, or freestyle kata, is the Okinawan equivalent to shadow boxing. Here the karateka takes simple and complex motions from the katas and executes them in a creative fashion, sometimes merely repeating motions or blending motions and combative tools together, making normally large motions small and making normally small motions large, using offense defensively and using defense offensively, sometimes exploring and experimenting and sometimes creating a battle with an imaginary opponent or opponents. This type of kata is freedom based on structure and is the seed of successful application. Notice how each individual karateka brings out his personal expression and subtleties throughout the movements of the Jiu kata.
I'd like to thank Sensei Louis Campos on my right, Sensei Don Joyner on my left, and I hope that we've given you some insight into understanding the katas of Pangai Nun Uechi-ryu and trying to find the hidden motions that are really just hidden from your imagination. Thank you.
Unique Publications has been a leader in martial arts instructional books for over 20 years, with more than 70 titles covering forms as diverse as the Filipino martial arts, Taekwondo, Judo, Aikido, Kung Fu, Karate, Tai Chi, Ninjutsu, and Jeet Kune Do, and books on legends like Benny the Jet Urquidez and Bruce Lee. You're bound to find the martial art that works best for you. Now you can find the same quality you've come to expect in the Unique Publications video collection. Each video takes you step by step through the process of learning your chosen method of self-defense. With some discipline, perseverance, and training, you'll be on your way to mastering the martial arts. To get your free catalog of martial arts books and videos, call 1-800-332-3330. Take that first step toward your dream. Pick up the phone. Dial 1-800-332-3330 and ask for your free catalog. You can't lose. Unique Publications provides you with your ticket to the world of martial arts. All you have to do is claim it. Keep up with the fast-paced world of the martial arts with Inside Kung Fu and Inside Karate, the finest martial arts magazines available, jam-packed with news, interviews, techniques, health tips, history, self-defense methods, and much, much more. The only way to stay on top of the ever-changing martial arts world is to subscribe now, for yourself or as a gift. Order today. Save over 40% off the newsstand price. Call 1-800-877-5528. Visa and MasterCard.